An argument is the overall case you develop to persuade your audience to behave or believe as you would like. There are several issues that you should consider as you construct your argument. Let's take a look at them, beginning with the concept of proof, then at some structures of argument, and finally how you put them all together. Proof. Think of proof as a reason to believe. But let me caution you that the way the term is used in persuasive speaking is not the same as we use it in everyday life. The concept is a little tricky, so pay close attention. Basically, you rely on proof to tie your evidence together so that it leads naturally to your conclusion. I'm going to explain proof and then demonstrate how the process works, so bear with me. There are 4 types of proof. The nature of proof dates back to the golden age of Greece. The first 3 proofs are from Aristotle: logos, pathos, and ethos. The 4th, mythos, is from contemporary times. You use these proofs to appeal to your audience. Logos. Logos is reason. Human beings are thinking animals, and we respond to well-reasoned presentations. This is especially important for a Western value system. This demonstrates that what you're talking about actually exists. It's real. So you rely upon concrete evidence, such as facts, statistics, and expert testimony. If you're trying to convince, for example, an audience of student leaders to endorse the idea that the university should require students to have 9 credit hours of community service to graduate, then you might offer some statistics on grade point averages of schools that incorporate this, as well as some great quotes from well-known university administrators. Therefore, community service, or service learning as it is often called, is a good idea for your university. So those are rational proofs, logos. The second one is pathos. And what pathos does is appeal to emotion, appeal to the audience's attitude. Yes, we are thinking animals, but we're also feeling animals. We're able to be moved by appeals to our positive and negative emotions, such as fear, pity, anger, happiness, love. For instance, you might weave into your testimony a story about an elderly woman from a nursing home where some of the students work, who described the students as, quote, the grandchildren I never had. And what this will do is tug at the heartstrings of the audience. So it's not the words themselves, but it's what you hope the words will invoke. The third proof is ethos. And ethos is about character, the speaker's qualities. This may surprise you, but ethos is the most effective means of persuasion. It speaks to such characteristics as, is the speaker believable, likable, trustworthy, of good character, dynamic? So you want to deliver your speech with forcefulness, composure, and intelligence. Something like how I do it. Exhibit goodwill to your audience. Let them know you're interested and that you care about them. Establish common ground with them. For example, going back to our service learning case, you might get a well-known and well-respected student leader to deliver the speech. That way, the audience is likely to respond favorably to her. You think about in a courtroom. Sometimes the likability of the attorney can be more important than the facts. You also, in terms of ethos in your presentation, can invoke the ethos of another person that you think the audience might deem credible. The fourth and final proof is mythos. This is the newer one, and it speaks to culture, appeals to cultural values of the audience. People value membership in their culture. And in the United States, as an example, we tend to value patriotism and pride. So in this case, you might have the speaker talk about how the United States has a strong work ethic and how the United States values people helping people. Those then are the four proofs. And a good persuasive speech will incorporate all of these with an emphasis on logos. Going back to my first point of logos being about rationality, and that we as human beings tend to like logic and reasons. Weave these proofs into your argument. Remember, the argument is the overall case. The basic formula is argument equals evidence plus conclusion. Evidence would be the materials that prove or disprove something. For example, facts, examples, statistics, testimonials, narratives. Conclusion is the point of your speech. It represents your efforts to incorporate the best evidence and compelling proofs.